Can we go live? I think we are actually live. Wow, how about that? Welcome to another Untitled. I'm your host, R. Jones, and / moderator. I serve as that as well. Joining me, as always, my man formerly from the, I always got to do this, formerly from the BX, now residing in Carolina. Dominic is here. How you doing, buddy?
All good. Let's roll, baby.
Let's roll. I salute you. You know, we had a little interesting, you know what? I'm trying to think what should I lead off with tonight. Not really a lot to talk about. Plus, I know the Knicks game is on. Everybody's glued. Every Knicks fan, probably every sports fan is glued to their TV for Game 6 in Detroit. And, of course, the Knicks are off to a 10-point lead in this first quarter. I think about almost 2 minutes left. So I know it's not going to be a lot of participants. And that's all right because I can hold it down. Me and Dom can hold it down. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to think which – I'm going to start off with a little Yankee talk. Oh, that's the wrong one. Pardon that. There it is. The New York Yankees are off to a good start, even though there's a couple of little glitches going on with them. And by that, I mean the production at third base. There's talk of them getting this. There's talk, but to me, it's like much ado about nothing. This is just rumors and stuff like that. Nolan Arenado from the St. Louis Cardinals. But I looked at the complexities of a possible deal. It's not there. We're talking about money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know, LeMahieu and Oswaldo, Cabrera, they're not really getting it done on that level. So, and of course, there's always a starting pitcher. One name that was thrown out recently, and I was like, now that would be more doable than Nolan Arenado. And that guy is Sandy Alcantara, who was a former Cy Young Award winner, and he's a live arm. But, of course, I believe he had the surgery, and he's not faring too well this season. But still, he's a young man, if I'm not mistaken, and the potential's there. We can have an off year and have a live arm come in and kind of just like fortify this rotation. So, Dom, I know you're a big Yankee fan, as I am. How do you feel about these so-called rumors?
The funny thing, and you started with the third base.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about this before the season. We want to get Jazz back to his natural position at second.
Mm-hmm.
And the ironic thing is the guy that we got playing third, that's basically a jack of all trades, Army Swiss Knight, he's hitting better than Jazz. I don't think Jazz is batting his weight. Matter of fact, he's not. He's hitting 181.
Okay.
So now we put him where he belongs. I mean, again, we're what? Hold on. We're probably 31 games in.
Right.
So is it, you know how New York is. Is it total panic time? And I don't think so, but I think this worked out because, again, I hate to always say, I remember saying, you even probably, DJ LeMahieu. Will he ever play baseball again?
Probably not.
Exactly. So
probably not.
You rolled the dice, putting the Swiss Army knife at third base, and he's holding his own. I will say that. Him and Domingo, the two guys that we might have had questions on, or some are doing pretty good. You know, Dominguez is, first of all, he's getting a chance. We waited for a year and a half, 2 years to get this guy in the starting lineup.
Yes, we did.
Let's see what he's got in. I hate to say it. So far, so good.
Thank God. Well, the kid has the ability. Let's keep it a buck. He has the ability. It's just a matter. My thing, like you said, we were like waiting for him to get this shot, to get this chance. And obviously, you know, with my man John Carlo down or whatnot, and we had departures through free agency. We needed him to step up. You know, it's just a matter of him getting to just like kind of get in the swing, so to speak. Give him a chance. Don't add any pressure to him. Let him work it out. And sure enough, he's doing it.
Yeah, and the other guy who gets a lot of heat is Volpe. You know, he's not Derek Jeter. He's not Alex Rodriguez. He's not Nomar. But you know, he's hitting 240, 5 home runs. Pretty good defensive player. Let's keep it a buck. I think we got him for his defense. We didn't think he was going to hit 400.
No.
I mean, let's just keep it real.
And for any fan to think that, they're not thinking realistically. Come on.
Right.
This guy is at where he's at.
What's hurting us right now, believe it or not, is Jazz. You know, and when when Stanton comes back, what do we do with Ben Rice? 270, 8 home runs. Another guy we waited to give a chance. Or that's why I thought it was kind of weird to go get Goldschmidt. I thought this guy was the next man up.
Right.
He's a lot younger. He's left-handed. Fits the Yankee Stadium mold, don't he? Short porch and right field.
Exactly. Just
and
like
we
Jazz.
went and got Goldschmidt, who I'm not saying he's hitting 350.
Can't knock that.
That's you can't knock 31 games in. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, you can't knock that. It's a pretty good start.
I just thought it was Rice's turn. That's all. Like I thought Jazz was going to be the second baseman because one, it was his position, and we really didn't have a second baseman.
No. Well, so, are we looking at this as we're looking at the situation with like Dominguez or whatnot, not waiting to get a chance to play regularly or whatnot? You know what I'm saying? That might be the same thing with Rice. You know what I mean?
I'll tell you what, having Dominguez, you got a pretty solid defense in the outfield.
Yes, you do.
Bellinger, Judge, Dominguez, that's
not quality. No, that's quality.
Right.
That's quality.
I will take I just said his name, the center fielder. I just said his name.
God damn it.
Cody Bellinger.
Cody Bellinger, excuse me.
I will take a little downslide with him because he's a good defensive player.
Right.
The weird thing is, we got 4 MVPs, former MVPs on our team.
That's crazy. Well, that's the New York Yankees for you. That's the brand.
Playing, but
right.
4 MVPs on one team. Really?
That's not even shocking. That's the brand right there. That's the brand.
Baseball is weird, because I hate to say this. The way the Dodgers are stacking the deck.
Right.
It's gonna take. Hey,
what's going on, fellas?
How you doing, brother? Everything good?
What's going on?
Everything's good, brother. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. You can hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
He's
representing.
I sent them the link. Before I sent them the link because he texted me and he said, "Man, I miss hearing you." Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Keep in touch. So I finally went on a space today, other than the ones we have.
Appreciate that, brother.
I saw Rels. I was like, man, let me see if he'll partake.
I gotta tell you, I love this guy already. He's got the New York Yankee hat on. He's repping the orange and the blue and what.
Hey, as I'm doing this, I'm watching them play.
Wait, hold up, R. Rel, this is what we was trying to explain. Like even my son, he tells me, Dad, you know the game is on. I said, son, everybody got TVs.
Exactly.
You can't do 2 things at one time.
I'm trying to tell you, man.
It's all about multitasking.
There you go. I'm up there hosting and I'm watching the damn game. I'm like, okay.
Well, I got 2 iPads running. I'm sitting outside in the beautiful weather. These crybabies, man. That's what I'm
trying to tell you, man. Like
anyway,
I said, bro.
Rels is a Yankee fan.
Of course. Let me ask Rels, man. Yo, what do you think about these rumors or whatnot about the Yankees possibly being buyers? I mentioned the name Sandy Alcantara for the rotation. For third base. Well, this is a long shot, to be honest. If anything, at best a long shot. The Cardinals, Nolan Arenado.
Right.
Because they're not getting, at least in my view, they're not getting the production that they should get from that hot corner. You know?
Right.
So
right.
What do you think about that whole situation?
Listen, if we buyers in any situation, especially right about now, like I know we're the top in our division, for them to even remotely talk about a trade or try to get somebody, one, I haven't seen it in a long time. 2, it's great to even be part of the conversation because we really never in the conversation. We have rumblings like this during the off season, right? So my thing is like, to me, and it's always been, and I said this to a lot of people, I'm really big on pitching. Because you definitely could get some bats. You always get short bats, but your pitching is what wins you championships to me. You know, because somebody like, Cole's out, but Max Free and everybody else is like it's been a long time since we had a great rotation that even our bats are not batting, our pitchers could keep us in games.
For sure.
I always feel like the pitcher, if he could keep you in the game, do you always have an opportunity to at least get a lead?
Okay.
That being said, I say this every year. If you're going to go knee deep and sell some of your farm for, let's say, like y'all are talking about, a pitcher, Well, guess what?
Right.
We're going to get one of our own back before the trade deadline. So it's like getting a pitcher in the market without because Gil is going to come back. And
yes,
I'll tell
he
you
is.
what, guys,
Yeah.
I think I was more upset when he got hurt than I was when Cole got hurt.
Okay.
First of all, he's a lot younger.
Yeah.
He has a liver arm for his age, and he was working his ass off.
Right.
But when he comes back, that's gonna.
I mean, I get it, Dom. I get it.
And I will say this, and I said this when it happened. No knock against the guy, please. Don't take this the wrong way. I just never understood why the Yankees went out and got Williams when I thought Weaver earned the closer spot last year.
Agree.
I agree.
You could have had that. You could have used that money somewhere else and maybe a starting pitcher.
Yeah.
But I thought this young kid earned the right to be the closer. He was our closer down the stretch. Remember?
Yes, he was.
I totally agree. Totally agree. Let me take this time to welcome our brother Bishop. Your mic is whenever you want to take your mute off, but your mic will be live. I just saw that. I'm like, okay, but he's there because I saw him trying to get in, and he must have had some difficult.
Yeah, what's up? What's up, fellas?
What's up, Bish?
What's going on? What's going on?
How you feeling, man?
I'm good.
All right.
Rel's public service announcement. Please don't pay attention to nothing this mother says.
And the first shots have been fired.
Wow.
We go at it. I love him, man. Trust me.
What's going on, bro?
With that being said, I'm going to put my mic on mute.
Okay. Wow. This is the first.
Bishop's a Yankee fan.
Yeah.
Let me ask you guys this question. How you guys feel like Royce Lewis?
Who?
Royce Lewis. He's on the Twins.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
They was looking at him. They was looking at Willie Castro. I took a couple of notes. And Nolan Arenado.
Yeah.
He's on the Cardinals.
Yes.
Like I see them trying to get like, a little bit younger, more bats. I get it, but like I said, I'm really big on the pitching. Like what do you like? I'll pose a question back on you guys. What do you guys think? Do you think it's just noise, or you really think that the Yankees can make a move and do something?
And in regards to Nolan, I think it's just noise because I've looked at certain things, certain aspects of a possible trade, and it's just the parameters just aren't there, especially money wise. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense. And of course, I don't know his exact age, but I'm pretty sure he's up there as well. That to me doesn't really make sense. That sounds like a case of like just throwing money away.
What's his name, Rels? What's the guy's name?
Louis Royce, right?
The first one was Royce Lewis, excuse me, on the
Royce
Twins.
Lewis.
And the other one was Nolan from the Cardinals.
Yeah, Nolan.
Cardinals. I thought you said the Twins.
Yeah,
he did say the Twins.
Yeah. The other one was Willie Castro on the Twins as well.
Okay, I'll tell you what. It might happen because I'm not saying the trade, but so far, if Minnesota keeps up what they're doing and St. Louis keeps up what they're doing, they're going to have a yard sale.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sure. That goes without saying.
And remember, guys, it's a trade. So the Yankees could offer some farm hands, whatever the case may be. And this ain't the NBA. We ain't got to match dollar for dollar.
No.
Right.
No. See the Los Angeles Dodgers for that shit. But
do you guys think But do you guys think our farm system is strong enough to entice another team to give up a key player?
Honestly, I haven't seen it. I'm sorry.
It depends.
I had this conversation with Don before, bro. I said,
okay,
we barely really ever, maybe like one or two guys may squeeze and do a little something, but for a good, we've never really been a good farm system team, in my opinion. I look at the Athletics, I look at the Orioles, I look at teams like that. Like, okay, they know they can't spend a whole bunch of money, so they got to shore up their farm system. My thing is, if you Cashman and you guys already going the route that Hal's going, where he don't want to spend necessary money to get that key player, then show up your farm system, because even if you're not going to have them on the squad, you should use them for something else.
Right. That's a good. Yeah,
we've had some guys come up, guys. Dominguez, one of them.
Right. Even though he's struggling right now, but that was a good pull up.
Right. But the thing is, Rels, and we said it before you came on. The biggest thing is he's getting a chance. Finally, after a year and a half of us hearing about this kid, put him out there. Learn. What's the old saying? under fire or throw him, whatever.
Right.
But learn under
You gotta
fire.
give him a chance.
Let him do what he does. I just think, again, it's probably the Yankee fan in me that we got a couple of things that once they start to pan out, I don't think Jazz is going to hit 188. I know Gill is going to come back. I know Weaver is going to be a decent closer. Now we could use Williams as a setup guy. However it works out. Yes, I do believe we need at least one more starting pitcher. That would fill the void of Cole because, again, you're going to get Gill back. And I'll tell you what, Freeze, hey, guys, what is he, 5-0?
He's looking good.
Low
He's
ERA.
looking good.
I mean,
he's looking good.
This is a gimme for us, man.
He's looking good.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's early. Me and Art said it. It's 31 games in.
Right. And right now they're in the lead in the AL East. So I mean, even
we can't complain but too much. But let me ask you guys this question because my boss, he's a diehard Yankee fan as well. We had these conversations. Okay, Soto, right? We didn't resign him. My boss was giving me more of the background of the whole scenario. Do you guys agree with let him walk away for $5 million? And two, do you think it was somewhat of a smart play? Let the Yankees say, you know what, go ahead to the Mets because you had a little bit of money to play around.
That's a good question. That's a good question. You know what? To me, honestly, it's good that the Yankees let him walk. I mean, first of all, he had said himself he's going to go to the highest bidder.
Right.
He said that out of his mouth. So if the Mets offered him $5 million more, I think it's just crazy because really, what is $5 million? I mean, when it comes to the amount total, what is $5 million? You could have stayed in the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? Hit ahead of Judge, seen better pitchers. Like he was just complaining the other day, like, "Oh man, I missed the Yankees. I missed the Yankees because I had Judge hitting behind me." And well,
you don't say nothing like that on that team. You don't say stuff like that.
Exactly. Come on. It was ridiculous to me. And again, I go back to what is the $5 million where you're raking in over $700 million?
He wanted to be the man. Wanted to be the man, and he knows being the judge. It's never going to happen. That's what it was, bro.
It wasn't about.
He went to the World Series.
They offered his family what he got. They didn't offer. He got a suite.
Right.
He got a clothing allowance.
Right.
You won, man. I said this the last time. Look, homie, you won.
Right.
Pardon the French. Shut the fuck up.
Right.
And move on. You won. You won this battle.
You won. Don't mention us.
And I always say this, Rels, Bishop. He always won. He's constantly bet on himself.
Right.
In Washington, in San Diego. On the Yankees. He bet on himself and he hit pay dirt. Wasn't that what it was all about, Juan? You said you was going to the highest bidder.
So you went.
Right.
And you did it.
I'm happy for you, but I am put it this way. They're still the Mets, and we're still the Yankees.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
No shade. No shade.
So again, you know what? If I'm Yankee management, I'm like, yo, okay, fine. You want to bounce over $5 million? See you later.
Yeah.
Good luck.
It wasn't about the $5 million. Rels nailed it. He didn't want to be Robin.
Right.
To Aaron Judge's Batman. But you ain't there.
But it's funny because you being Robin, you benefit the most. You benefit the most.
You just went to the World Series off your first year as a New York Yankee, right? So even you didn't win, but the money, the guardianship that you get with being in the New York Yankee, you went to the World Series. Imagine you went to the World Series again. Do I think you're gonna go to the World Series? The Mets is to be shown, but you like you said, Dom, you right in front of Judge, who's having a historical season right now.
Right.
But now you're gonna cry and moan. But the Mets, you're gonna have to be everything for the Mets. And the Mets fans are, I can't stand the Mets, but they finicky. Like if they want their money's worth. Just like a man, they want their money's worth. If you don't give them their money's worth, you're gonna be like another David Wright.
Yeah. Ooh.
That's
shade.
Let's be honest, Let's be honest. Me, you, Bishop, and Rels have a better chance of winning a Gold Glove than Juan Soto.
Exactly.
Right.
You know, the only thing.
He ain't the best outfielder known.
No, he's not.
Right.
The only award he's won was what the
batting title.
The batting title. Exactly. That's about it. You know, and again, you're with this team, even though I'm sure there's an option probably after the 4th or 5th year, but you're with this team for a long time. If you don't kick it out, you are with the squad you chose for $5 million more. You're with them long term. You're with them long term.
He'll opt out in 5 years.
Oh yeah. I'm pretty sure he will. But I'm just saying.
Guess what? He's still going to be 30 maybe.
Right.
One more time.
Okay, so I want you guys that I have my boy try to educate me on this. Okay. And the baseball contract, the contract that he signs, in 5 years he could do what's that, arbitration?
Right, or he can opt out.
Yeah.
Okay, so when he opts out the 5 years, can he sign with another team, or they get the first look and they get to resign him, like a restricted free agent type of thing?
I think when he opts out, that's it.
Yeah, I don't think baseball is like basketball.
Yeah, I don't think that's
after 5 years. Even though he signed for that long contract.
Yeah,
he just did it twice, bro.
So I'm still trying to understand this. Like, so he just trying to get his money within the first 5 years. Yeah. Then after that 5th year, he goes somewhere else.
He did it with Washington. He did it with San Diego. Fortunately, when he got to the Yankees, he was on his last year, so he didn't have to opt out. He didn't have to opt out. Unrestricted free agent.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah, baseball is weird.
It's very.
But he has to want to do that, right?
Yeah. The team ain't gonna tell him we ain't paying. You could then locked into that contract.
Exactly.
Damn, that's crazy.
Also,
it's not like you don't hear that NBA-ish in Major League Baseball, where
you don't.
One morning after signing the contract yesterday and saying, "Oh, I really don't want to be here no more." You hear about that?
But gain weight or do stupid stuff.
They don't do that in baseball. They wait until they get to that.
Hold on, Dom.
To their contract and
Dom. One second, Dom. Hold on for a second. Let me bring our brother Marshall into the fray here. Marshall, welcome to Untitled. Good to have you. Good to see you. Hope all is well, brother.
Can you hear me all right?
I can hear you clearly and fine right now, sir.
Where did Bishop go?
I just wanted to make sure make sure that everything was okay. As far as the background and everything else, because I think I tried this earlier over the other place, and I had some issues. But it looks like I'm good to go because I can hear everybody else.
Yes, sir. You're good to go, brother.
I see what we're talking about. Because I'm waiting for the NBA talk, and I'm also waiting for probably some draft reaction as well.
Okay, no problem. I mean, if you want to mute your mic, you feel free to talk whenever you're ready. Okay.
We're good.
All right, it's good to see you.
I'm here.
Okay, brother. Okay. Yeah, it's crazy, man. So this guy Soto can opt out probably after 5 years. Join another team. Now, depending on what he does from now to that time,
right?
He'll be seeking another big contract. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know. You have to kind of look at that too.
So let me help you guys out. So let me ask you this question. So he does the 5 years. Say they win one or they don't win it. They get somewhat. They do well in the playoffs, but they don't get far enough to go to or win the chip.
Okay.
He does 5 years. He opts out and goes to another team. Well, you think he cares about his reputation that he's just a mercenary, or two, do you think a big market team were willing to be another 5 year rental type of person?
Well, the first thing is if he opts out after 5 years, he's already 300 million in the good. Because I think he's getting about 60 mil a year, right?
Right.
Give or take, right? Give or take. So 250 mil after 5 years. It's some pretty good money.
It is some pretty good money.
Even if you don't,
that's an NBA contract right there.
Yeah, even if you don't get a $60 million contract, you already did that. You can't. You spent all that money, and you're looking for another $600 million contract. God bless you, because you're going to be a little older,
right?
So, I think he'll still win, guys. Think about this.
I don't know.
In 5 years, guys. What will the market be?
Right. Honestly, no, I don't know. Right. I don't think it's a slam dunk win for him. I think again he puts himself in a situation where he's going to be betting on himself after that.
Yeah.
And again, depending on what you do from current times to then, I mean, can it go left? Sure it can. Can it go well? Sure it can. But you're putting yourself, again, you're betting on yourself. If you're going to bet on yourself, I hope it's not a bad bet.
I go by my man. That's why Bishop is the one that always told me about the market. Bishop always would talk about the market, Dom. The market says. So in 5 years, if he got 60 million now,
right,
in 5 years at 30 years old, man, guys.
But what if he can he do this? Say he leaves. Judge he's way younger than Judge.
Yeah.
He goes say, hey Yankees, what's going on? Because now he could be the man. Because Judge then be on his last legs like LeBron is.
Right.
Will the Yankees put on their bitter beer face and say kick rock? You know? I don't know. I'm just saying.
Right.
A certain way myself, guys. I mean, honestly.
I ain't gonna lie, I'd probably be petty too. Like, get out of here, man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mean to sound like that.
I feel you. Of course. Let's do some moving on real quick.
Yes, sir.
All right, I gotta do it. I gotta do it.
Boy.
I gotta do it. I gotta do it.
Where is Bishop?
He's there. He just got his mic on mute. He's still in the room.
I'm still here.
You better chime in with this one. Oh, I thought you was going to Shannon Sharpe.
Nah, I'm gonna save that one. I'm gonna save that one. I'll probably say.
That's from Michelle.
that's gonna be a little unhinged for me because I'm feeling a certain type of way, as you can tell. The old biddies need to shut the fuck up, okay? Because they're getting on my goddamn nerves. But anyway, back to Mrs. Sanders. I gotta throw a shout out to my man Rich from Facts Over Feelings. That's a podcast he does, and he just touched on this with the whole Sanders thing. Shadeur wasn't the target. He wasn't the target. Obviously, people will say that it's Deion, and not even Deion, but the image of Deion. Okay, because we know Deion Sanders when he first burst upon the NFL. You know, he was a flashy guy. He was a cocky, arrogant, trash talking guy. But within that, he proved his point. He backed up his talk. He was one of the best that ever did it in the NFL at the cornerback position. However, during his transition to coaching and just being a father, he kind of backed away from that and was more about accountability and being responsible and trying to guide not just his sons, but the players that he coached at Jackson State and at Colorado. You know what I'm saying? Again, does the league have a certain view on the imagery? Do they want a positive image for the brothers? Or do you want the other side of that? Do you want the irresponsibility? Do you want the flashiness? Do you want the kind of showboating? That type of image, a negative image in the league. I had to bring this up because I was listening to this guy and I was like, yo, that's a very good point. That's a very good point. And this is something that's not really being talked about, at least not that I hear, except for this one guy that I caught his podcast. So I don't know how you guys feel about
that. I have a thought, but you guys mind if I go?
Go, please.
Okay, so Don will tell you, I'm very open-minded with a lot of stuff. So I took a lot of stuff in and tried to listen. I listened to all these podcasts, all these shows, and formulated my own opinion. But I forgot who it was. I'm gonna try to remember who it was who said this, and I kind of agree. The NFL for one, it's hypocrisy. Because somebody with this insider, he said if the Sanders family really want to file a lawsuit against the NFL, they could possibly win. Because for him to have all these stats complete, have 80% completion, all this other stuff, right, and go to the 5th round, we knew what that was about. The person was like, the NFL really don't like a lot of times when, put it this way, Shadeur Sanders has his father, right? His father who's in his life, he's charismatic, he got his swag, he's outspoken. All the stuff that Shadeur did, I had to go back and do my research. If you go back to Archie Manning with his son, it's the same playbook. the same play. No, I don't want him to go to the Chargers. I want him to go to the Giants. I'm a dictate to where he go. Dion said the same thing. It's kind of looked up like that. What? Hey, who's you? You. It's pretty much kind of like shoved and dribbling and stay in your place. And I try my hardest not to even bring race into it. But when I saw Mel Kiper Jr. kirk off for 18 minutes straight and said this is not okay, this is not right. When I listened to the Dan Patrick show when he said this is not okay, this is right, and this is why. I'm like, okay, they talking about it. Yes. Do I feel about play devil's advocate? Do I feel that was did it do you justice not throwing for the combine? Again, Eli Manning, they're all the same things. But you know what? You know what's stacked against you. So I'm gonna go ahead and do what I need to do. This to save face. I get it that you want to do your own thing and go your own route. And you Dion, he's on shows saying that I'm gonna dictate where my sons go. I'm not gonna have them be in bad situations. Now I understand Dion knows the NFL in and out, got so many connections. You hear these players that no longer in the NFL tell you these horror stories where they draft you, how they really treat you behind closed doors. I get all that, but maybe not say that because I don't know if Dion cost his son $40 million. Do I think that the NFL all said we're gonna show you who's in charge? Absolutely, because it was shown in our face. Do I think Shadeur, Sanders, and Dion was complicit in this? Yes, I do think so. But out of a pie chart, I think they had a good 5%. And that 5% is just sometimes you gotta play the game. It's never gonna be fair. Never. Just like when I go to Verizon and handle business accounts, yeah, I'm a top person, for a whole calendar year, but I know that I have a responsibility because other people of color see me do my thing of rising and aspire to do that. And I know I want to be myself, but I know I got to be careful. Unfortunately, it's just the law of the land, because to your point, it's all about image with them. They want all that flashy showboat and the chains and all that stuff. Not saying be yourself, but at some point, you kind of got to be careful because now you're going to somebody else's domain. You're not going to be under your father's tutelage because that was you and your father's like a family business being on that college team. You're going to somebody else's business. You're going to somebody else's team. Then, kind of, yeah, you got to be about team, not be so much about brand. You got to be careful because the NFL also showed, what's his name, Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield had to be humbling himself when he was in the Browns. He had all these insurance company commercials, and look what happened to him. He got shunned. Then he had to revamp himself. Now everybody loves Baker Mayfield.
He's just not that good. It has nothing to do with. He's just not that good. So to me, the Sanders kid, yeah, it was kind of embarrassing for him to be drafted so low after he was projected to be a high pick.
The number two pick.
A high pick, but I feel like at the end of the day, the cream is going to rise to the top. So they're going to go. They're going to go and perform. He's going to go and perform, and he's going to pretty much shut up a lot of the critics and a lot of those guys who didn't give him the shot that he deserved. He's going to show all of them, and that's the best way to deal with that.
100%.
It had nothing. It had nothing to
Yep.
do with his ability. It had nothing to do with his ability. And the one quarterback who was drafted before him, the Cam Ward or whatever, there was only one that I thought was better than him. And I watched those games. Those games.
Okay.
And it's like this idea. Now all of a sudden, drafting quarterbacks is an exact science. It's like, where was that exact science when they drafted the dope head from the Browns? Because they had to know he was a crackhead or cokehead.
Manziel?
Yeah, they had
Johnny
to know he was a burned out cokehead. Where was the Where was the science when they drafted Tim Tebow?
Okay.
Where was the science when they drafted Daniel Jones? Where was that science?
Okay.
It's like come on, it's ridiculous. It's like you just keep coming up with all sorts of excuses and stuff. And it's like, okay, well, the great part about it is the kid comes from money, so it ain't like he this is my last opportunity.
Exactly.
And if I don't make it here,
100%.
then I won't make it anywhere. So he's coming from money. He was making money while he was in college. So it's like, you're not really stopping anything. And hopefully they don't put him in a RG3 situation where they putting him out there with no protection, and he's going to get hurt, and then his career is going to be a series of just like injuries that quarterbacks can't have, like shoulder injuries or elbow injuries or stuff like that. So, and I think that was the interest that his father was kind of like, yeah, you're not going to just put him in a pit and bury him. And any father would feel that way. It's because he knows the ins and outs. He knows the ins and outs of the NFL. So I'm not you brought up a very valid point. Archie Manning was pretty much gangster about it. Like, he ain't going here. My son is not going there.
And he
So,
didn't throw in a lot of places too. I saw it was interesting. Like they criticizing this guy, but it's kind of like the norm. It had to drop prospects didn't throw. But let me ask you guys this question: do you think it also bothered him that he had his father, he got his mother and father, and they didn't come from money? You really don't see it too much
uh,
when you see a guy on that level have an
uh,
abundance of
I
money
don't
like
know.
that.
I don't know. I don't know if if it was that more than just like, we're gonna show you guys that, because maybe his dad rubbed some people the wrong way.
Right.
And I'm
Yeah,
sure he came in with his brash self and kind of like, hey, this is what it's gonna be, because he
yeah,
knows what it is. He knows how the NFL executives work, how the GMs work. He knows how that stuff works, and it's like maybe he rubbed some people the wrong way, and they said, okay, well, we're gonna make an example out of your kid. We're gonna make an example, and
Hmm.
the cream is always gonna
Here's
rise to the top. Cream is always
here's
gonna
some
rise to the top.
here's something I wanted to really quickly address, and the two other gentlemen, I forget names, and please forgive me because I'm getting old.
it's okay,
Um,
Rouse.
if I forget names, but the gentleman made very good points. But here's something that a realistic scenario that could happen with the Cleveland Browns. Joe Joe Flacco is 40 years old or 41 years old or however the hell he is. More than likely, he's going to be the Week 1 starter because Deshaun Watson, for all intents and purposes, washed up and probably will not play another down for the Browns. And it is a very real possibility that Shadeur Sanders at some point in the season could start and play for the Browns this season. I don't know when, but it's very likely that could happen. So that's
Yeah, I
that's
heard
what
that
I'm going to
too.
say.
No,
Mm.
that's great. I heard that too. Somebody else had the same analogy. It was like, say that everything you said was perfect. They said the same thing.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yep.
Deshaun Watson is he's on Bang Brothers Productions. He's doing he's doing adult videos and like foot fetish videos, so massage videos. So he's done with
Right.
football.
That's
Right.
hilarious. Wow. Yeah, I hear you. Dom, you have anything to add to this, or you just?
I'm gonna. Since y'all are talking podcasts, and I was telling R before it started. First of all, even before the draft, I ain't selling the kid short. He didn't play in a power conference. He never had an 80% completion rating. That's urban legend. He didn't. I'm looking at his numbers, and I looked at him before the draft. But here's the key: what Bomani Jones was saying. Take it for what it's worth. Bomani Jones said, "This is the problem with the Mel Kipers getting on TV, crying, stomping, and acting like it's the end of the world. Your big board is not their big board. Your big board
Mm.
has not been right how many times? How many times did they say R. Jones is going to be a Hall of Famer and the dude never touched the field? So we need to stop with all of that. I never bought into it. R knows I'm not even a big football fan to begin with.
Right.
But that being said, we buy so much of this nonsense that these guys are selling for, what is it, clicks? Just to get some. I mean, to watch what Mel Kiper did was utterly embarrassing because you've never been a GM. You've never been a president. And I'm not saying that's, the standard or the bar. But
Right.
again, I got to send you the thing, guys, you and Bishop, the guys that are on here. And I kind of listened to what Bomani said, and he was like kind of pissed off that we're still, as fans, we're still buying into this, whether it was Sanders or not. He brought up Sanders, but he was talking about the whole, these guys go on for how long, fellas? Football season ends when? in February, give or take.
Yeah, February. Yep, February.
February, March, April. They're talking about big boards for 90, 100 days. But tell me, without even listening to Bomani Jones,
right?
How many times were they right? This year was kind of a no-brainer with the kid from Colorado and the quarterback. Those were pretty no-brainers at 1 or 2. Let's just keep it real. After that, it's sort of like the NBA draft this year.
It's toss-up.
This kid, Cooper Flag, is probably going to go first.
Hey, I'm a die Duke fan. Hey,
whatever happens after that is...
You're a Duke fan?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, I'm telling you, die hard.
Yeah, sorry,
listen,
man.
you see this? I love my Knicks.
Okay.
I love Duke a little bit more.
Oh man.
Yo, can you mute that guy?
Yeah, please. not to mention.
Mute that guy.
He will not be popular in Kentucky because there are still people that. In fact, a friend of mine still has a shirt that says "I still hate Leitner."
You don't want to. Bishop. You don't want to know football. You don't want to know who his football team is.
Don't tell me Dallas.
No, here we go.
San Francisco.
No, he's
Fly,
Eagles.
Fly.
Well, you know what? Like, I'm not mad at the Eagles. I'm actually.
There you go.
I'm not mad at the Eagles.
Look at my blanket. Fly, Eagles, fly.
Yeah, but just to let you know though, those Duke players don't really pan out in the NBA. So, Grand Hill.
That's not true.
I think this kid might change that.
And in football,
that's not true.
Yeah, we know football.
We know football. Hey, I ain't with that with football. I'm not with Duke when it comes to their football team or their basketball. But I think we got Kyrie. I think we got Paulo Banchero. That kid's gonna be a star.
Yeah,
you got Grand Hill. You got Grand Hill and you got Kyrie Irving. Pablo.
Carlos Boozer had a decent career in the NBA.
I don't count Carlos. I don't count Carlos Boozer and Elton Brand and
why not?
Why not?
I don't count them. Like get out of here. It's like
Who's your team? Who's your team?
I gotta ask a question.
He's a Knicks fan. He's a Knicks fan, Vel.
No, I don't have him. But who's his college team?
UNC.
I want to hear you. You guys got no problems with Rashad McCants and Raymond Felton and Theo Pinson. Everybody arguing on YouTube. Don't come talk to us, okay?
I gotta ask a question since Rel is asking a question. Am I the last of the Mohegans that other than UNC and Penn State, who I am an alum of both schools?
Okay,
I'm straight up New York. I can't see myself saying I'm a Packers fan, I'm a Lakers fan. I mean, maybe I'm just so old school that
I hear you, brother.
I don't get it.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, no, Dom. I think you probably are. Like I love my Rangers. I love my Knicks. I love my Yankees. You know what I'm saying?
And then you jack it all up with the
Eagles.
Well, my grandfather on his side is from Philadelphia.
Okay.
So ever since then, when nobody in the men, everybody was just Philly. Right. You know, so born and raised this Philly Eagles fan, and football is USC. I love my Trojans.
Wow, he's all over the place.
My aunt put me up there when she went out there.
Really?
Trojans.
USC? Oh my!
Yeah.
You do know. Hold on. What?
My mother and a lot of my family in Alabama and Monroe, Alabama, get upset with me because I'm not a Bama fan. But it's some people who's Auburn. You should see that family barbecue.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's insane. That is insane right there in that state.
I will tell you, I'm an instigator, so I instigate their rivalry all the time.
Roll Tide.
Now I can feel that Auburn Alabama thing. That's like UNC and Duke.
Of course,
they made a documentary on that shit.
You know,
what
the USC thing.
What do they call that? The battle or something?
The quarterbacks, brother. Not exactly.
Where? Which one?
Whoa, Caleb Williams may break the curse because he's talented. You can hate USC. He's talented.
Yeah, he's talented.
And the Bears, one thing I will give so much credit for the Chicago Bears. This is the first time I'm seeing a rookie come in and they said we're going to put all our chips in and get build protection and give him what it needs. You know we don't see stuff like that.
Right.
Trevor Lawrence. So you don't see stuff like that.
Yeah,
You
but
know, so I
y'all
gotta give the
got
Bears credit.
y'all got lucky, Rose. I mean, my boy, and I said this years ago when the Giants drafted Saquon. Please don't kill my man.
Right.
He's a Penn State guy. Don't kill him. What did they do?
Dom, he came back home.
5 years later,
he came back home to Pennsylvania.
Exactly. Yeah. He was born in the Bronx, moved to Allentown, went to Penn State, and now he's playing for Philly. I mean,
hey
God
Dom,
bless.
I'm gonna send you clips with me and Lauren. She's over here watching the show. We went down to the
I saw
parade.
you. Yeah.
We saw Smooth. I saw the players. They hopped out. Dom, I cried. Like, if you guys been to any championship parade, but you can reach out and touch your players and you yell at them, they point at you. I ain't gonna lie, I have no shame in my game. I cried like a baby.
Please mute this guy. Please mute this guy. Please mute this guy.
Get him out of here.
Yeah. I love Bishop. Bishop bad funny.
Hey, Bishop, public service announcement, Bishop. I invited this guy, man. I feel bad.
Yo.
Hold on. Let me do some moving on. I gotta talk about the old Biddys. Okay.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, old boy is right.
I want to hear
Here we go.
I'm not even gonna talk.
All right. First of all, where do I even begin? I'm so sick of them portraying this guy like he's a pedophile. Okay, is it a little creepy and a little 56, 19, 20 years old, whatever? Yeah, the age difference, I get it. Would I do something like that? No, obviously. You know what I'm saying? But again, here's the thing. These women, especially I'll just say older women, 30s, 40s, what have you. You have to understand something. Men in general, how can I say this? We want prime vagina. Okay?
Damn.
And I'm sorry. And what is typically
I mean, he's right. He ain't wrong.
Hold on.
Before we move on any further, ladies and gentlemen, at this portion of the show, the views and the opinions of the host are not those of entitled, and therefore he's a contractor. He's a contractor. So please don't take any stock in it. This is his personal views.
Your discretion is advised.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait. I'm just saying. Tell me I'm lying.
You're not.
Thank you, Marshall. Most men want prime vagina, and the ages of pure prime vagina is typically from the ages of 18 to 25.
I'm hanging up.
I'm just saying.
They got Dom put headphones on.
Yeah, right. I just noticed that. No.
So the wife didn't hear that.
I'm outside. It don't matter.
I'm just saying. It is what it is. It's an ugly fact.
Oh Lord. But you know what? Before I let Bishop, we're talking about a guy that sleeps with a LeBron James blankie.
Okay.
Right.
I'm just saying. I know where Bishop might go. No Diddy, but I don't. I think he's doing this.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you. Go ahead, Bishop. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, bro. Hold on, bro.
This whole outrageousness of this and that. It's like, dude, I'm at a low. I'm flabbergasted that a older gay male is trying to associate himself with heterosexual male issues.
Oh Lord.
It's like, so you go from one extreme to the other extreme, and it like this whole idea of you having a tryst or whatever, and you accidentally record it, and the recording is broadcasted live. It's like, or somebody is allegedly suing you, but we only keep hearing from you. Like, we don't hear from the attorney. We just keep hearing from you about this lawsuit. Now you got some other instance where you fathering somebody that you old enough to be their grandfather. So it's like, come on, man. It's again, I don't have any problems with his lifestyle or whatever. That do what you do, but please stop. Please stop. It's like you're not fooling anybody. You're not fooling anybody. You're not fooling anybody, and everybody knows what your preference is. So just stop it. Just be you, and stop. Like a homo male trying to have heterosexual male problems. It's ridiculous.
What you say? What you say, Bishop? You ain't gotta knock down the door no more. The door is open.
Exactly.
Stop, man. Stop.
Exactly.
I'm with Bishop on this. I wish these other guys were privy to our stupid tech shit in the morning.
Right.
That carry on overnight.
Oh, exactly.
I mean, I'm listening to Bishop, and I'm like, God damn, this is why I love Bishop, bro. We argue a lot, but I'm listening to Bishop's text, and I'm like, this is the same guy, man, that bragged about having a LeBron James blanket.
Exactly.
What grown man does that, man?
Exactly. You wear more lip gloss than some women that I've seen.
Than Tyra Banks.
Yeah. And your show is about spilling the tea about situations with men.
Like
it's
bitch shit. Yeah.
Like, so what he said, and then what did you say? And then what happened then? And how did that make you feel? How did that make you feel when he said that?
So I guess you're not a fan of Club Shay Shay.
No, stop.
No.
He hit pay dirt with the Cat Williams thing, and then it went totally, like Bishop said, I've never seen, and it's not just him, he takes it to another level, don't get me wrong.
Right.
But have podcasts become like the legal and cool way to be a snitch? Like, I'm snitching on you, Rels, and I'm gonna go and sit on this couch and just snitch. It's like a constant snitch battle, man.
Well, it's kind of like reality television too.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Kind of like
reality television on YouTube.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Matter of fact, that is a good analogy. But it's like everybody goes on there and they're talking about everybody. You know, you don't see us doing this as much as me and Bishop argue. We don't sit here and talk about each other. That's crazy. They get on there. Well, you know, when R was 14 years old, I remember him throwing wiffle balls to the little girl next door. So he must be really, come on, we're grown ass men. I mean,
Yeah.
I think he's. I've said it before, guys. I think this is a mask that when you could just in today's society, where you could just say, you know what, Bish, I'm there. I don't even got to come out the closet. The closet is no longer available. I'm just. And you know, we may catch heat for this from somebody, but hey,
let me just throw this out there. Okay, let's throw Shannon Sharpe out this conversation for a minute. Okay, let's just do that for a second. I'm so sick and tired. First of all, this girl is 19. Okay, you know, not like I said,
she's 22, something like that now.
Yeah, she's 21, 22.
Okay, well, I'm so sick of these OnlyFans girls. I'm sick of these. You go on Instagram and whatnot, and you see a whole bunch of them 19, 20, 21, 22. What are they doing? What are they promoting? What are they promoting?
Yeah, but
exactly.
The situation that we're talking about here, all of the scenarios are past scenarios. So allegedly past scenarios. This is something that I did in the past. This is what I did. None of that is current. And it's like, yo, like, dude, like, enough with you. Enough with you. Nobody cares. Nobody cares that you want to go sit at the game with your designer or your fashion designer with, like, he got on furry boots and like a blouse, and the two of you are sitting there. You got on like tights and you sitting there like fawning over LeBron. Oh, it's like, yo, like, stop it.
You lost me at the lip gloss, Bishop. Because when you said that, when you first said that a while ago, I started looking at him like, oh shit, man. Bishop must have really studied this before he said something. Because homeboy be glossing, man.
He do. but let's put it this way, right?
Oh God.
It's like at the end of the day too. When soon that contract was announced that he's gonna get $100 million for having all these different podcasts that he has
Right.
under them, then here comes all these people to Woodworth. Like I don't know if he did it. Like I hate when men are blamed for something that they don't do. So I've always been kind of jaded. Let's just like straight hardcore. You can't even wiggle out of this evidence. That's just me, right? So I seen too many my friends and situations where people got blamed for something that they didn't do. So my thing is like this. Okay, of course, Tony Bugsby, right? You see how he's all over the place, but you didn't hear this before. Nobody came out. Soon, boom, $100 million. He got the 520 podcast with Jeff Teague and them, and everybody else, right? Chad Ochocinco, his fiance, they podcast now. Oh, we want $50 million, and then everybody else come out. I'm like, yo, like I'm looking
Who's
at them
saying
like
this? Who's saying it?
it's crazy.
But I'm
It's
saying
crazy. Like
who's saying it? Because the only person who's breathing life into this story is
It's
him.
him. Yeah.
Like Tony Busby, the woman, nobody else is saying anything.
Well, the woman did come out. They did come out. Because while I listened to the podcast before she didn't even say anything, because it was dropped on Monday morning.
Okay.
Nah, the woman did come out and said that they want $50 million, right? And then Shannon to everybody was like, you shouldn't have to say nothing right away. I would never put it this way, guys. Just because I know people who've been in situations, you can't when somebody play with your name, you just can't help it. It's easy for us to judge. You
Yeah.
just cannot help it. Like, yo, I ain't staying quiet. That bitch is lying. Excuse my French. She lying. That's what's going on. I know
but
everything is
she
public
not-
opinion.
She not
But-
in the media saying anything, dude. It's just him. It's just him
Well, him
constantly
and
bombarding.
Tony,
I agree.
Well, him
I
and Tony
agree with.
Busby too.
I
He's
agree
stepping
with
away
what
from
Ralph's-
ESPN. He's stepping away
Right.
from ESPN. He's doing all of this stuff.
Well, he has no
Because-
choice. You know, Mickey Mouse ain't about to have him on TV screen.
Like I said, I think it's all smoke and mirrors.
I agree with Rels to a degree. Your natural instinct is to defend yourself, but then let's go back to what Bishop is saying. Okay, even let's make Bishop the even keel. Okay, I'm protecting myself. Now Bishop is saying, okay, come on. You already said whatever. Now you're still just nobody's adding fuel to this fire but him.
Yeah. Now I do agree with Bishop on that. My thing is this. I think all of us can agree. It's your fault by doing this little ass girl. Now we can't say you can't be freaky and or however you want to do it. But
Right.
to
I'm done
me,
with y'all.
to me,
Dude,
if I had money like that, hold on, real quick.
Hold on.
If I had money like that and I had influence like that, right? This platform, regardless we like him or not. If I was just in that premise, you have a business, you got Jeff T, you got all these entities under you now. You come on, man. You gotta start thinking with your head down low. You got either get you a woman who's a CEO. You gotta get someone that's on your level. So she do your thing, her thing, you do your thing. Because at the end of the day, you do these little ass girls. I'm gonna want to come up. Just like I told my wife right here, she tell you. I tell anybody that's younger in my family, and anybody who's an athlete who got bread, don't get married. Wait till you retire. Because you gonna cheat. You going to 50 states. It's a bad joint in every state. You going to get caught. There's no such thing as not getting caught. You going to get caught. Somebody's going to slip up and say something. Or sign the NDAs. Somebody's going to slip up and say something. Then you just get half your check to your ex-wife.
You know what I
my
find?
opinion.
You know what I find strange though? Again, to Bishop's analogy. When's the last woman you ever heard talk about him like in a
exactly?
You know, when me and Bishop used to date.
I ain't gonna lie, nothing. Not even Michelle came out and said something.
Thank you. I'm just saying, guys. Normally, especially when you're in that kind of light, you dated somebody that knew Bishop, and hey Bishop, you know what? He wasn't that bad of a dude. You never hear a woman talk about him. Never.
That's why I think all of this is concocted.
Yes,
it's
that's what I thought in the beginning.
And I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if he hit Busby off to be like, yo, I'll just say your name. You don't really have to, because when he was trying to get Deshaun Watson and every place that he could have his face on, he had his face on it. So it's like, what's so special about you that he ain't pursuing you like how he was pursuing the other people? And it's like, come on, man. I didn't even. So even if Shannon Sharpe did at some point delve into the heterosexual world, you ain't there no more, dude. So stop it. Stop
You know what I find weird though, because of the way this works. Like, let's just throw out the word non-disclosure agreement, right? Mm-hmm. They can make up a non-disclosure agreement, and this way he could come out and say, well, I paid $20 million, but she can't say nothing. But it's all a scheme. So this girl walks away with 25 mil or even $1. She's going to make money because she's going to ride this story until the wheels fall off.
Got that right.
And he's going to come out feeling like John Holmes. I mean, I didn't buy it because I just couldn't get behind. Come on, guys. We've all seen broadcasters like Ahmad Rashad. Ahmad Rashad was really tight with Michael Jordan. And he was always saying, my man, Mike, whatever. But I never seen nothing like how he did it with LeBron. It was sort of like, I don't want to say creepy because we're grown men, but that shit was kind of creepy, man.
He was willing to fight. He was willing to fight for LeBron.
Yeah.
You don't say that about my man. You don't say that about my man. That's my man.
You're right. I almost forgot about that.
Word.
Shit.
Yo,
yeah, that was
hilarious. Hilarious.
I mean, dude is. I'm.
But
I'm
you know
done,
what?
man.
It's a scary day just in general. Like I tell people all the time, I don't even want to be famous. I don't want none of that because you sneeze the wrong way, we sue you. Like it's crazy.
Insane. Well, you already know.
Insane.
But when you really look at it, Rels, there's more of that not happening. Because I always believe in this, guys. Whether you believe in whatever you believe in, the Bible or just fair play, I always believe good is going to beat bad. I think there's more good, but it's the bad shit that gets so. Again, like what we're talking about. If you really think this happened for a guy that you never heard a female say he was a good date, he was a nice guy, So when I heard this, I'm thinking, okay, he's trying to get out of this fruit syndrome the easy way. But why? Yeah. Why would you even go that route? Nobody, like Bishop said, nobody gives a shit what you are. You're wearing lip gloss, man.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be having an encounter, but somehow you raw naked butt dial your phone so that it broadcasts your encounter. And it sounded like a 70s love story. Like, come on, man. Yeah. You know that.
And you know what, Bishop?
You wanted this. Like, come on.
But that went over everybody's head, Bishop. You're probably the only person that's bringing that up now. Remember the little fake Instagram?
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody's saying that no more because I think, honestly, guys, I think the majority of people, that ship has sailed and he's in the water with a whole bunch of grapefruit and cherries and fruits and vegetables. I don't know. I just I didn't buy it from the get-go, guys.
Okay.
Exactly.
Well said, gentlemen. Well said. Let's move on to the last topic, the live stream, of course, going on. We got our New York Knicks. Did you guys see that shot made at the half by Malik Beasley?
It's one shot.
Yeah, we saw that.
One shot? Yeah.
I missed it, man.
You had a three-pointer from like half court.
Yeah.
Oh, yelling at you guys, I missed it.
But now it stands 74-76, 76 third quarter. I'm a little pissed off, and I'm gonna tell you why. They had that, and Dom, we was on the phone when the game started. Okay, and I seen them get out to a great start. I don't know what it is. They seem stop letting these guys back into games.
Yes,
I don't understand that.
Preach, brother.
Pisses me off.
They're running the wrong offense. That's the problem.
Jesus
They
Christ, bro.
They're running the wrong offense.
God damn it,
And
man.
you have the advantage. You have the advantage that you have
Right.
a big that can score at multiple levels, and he's also a good passer. So if you put him in the post area and let him work, if they want to play him 1-on-1, fine. But then you got two supreme cutters. You got Bridges and you got OG who don't need the ball, who cut to the basket.
Right.
And then you put Brunson on the same side that Towns is. Let him feed Towns the ball. So now you got a double whammy. If you try to double team Towns, he's gonna kick it back out to Brunson for the wide open shot, or he's gonna kick it to a cutter. Plain and simple. Then they're also, to me, they got this guy Josh Hart in there. He's not the right guy for this series. You need size in there. You need somebody like Precious Achua to be in there so that he can switch on pick and rolls. He can guard multiple positions. Now, and he can help out. And you don't care if he fouls out. He's going to use his fouls judiciously, but he's tall enough and he can rebound. And it's like, yo, anything you get out of him point-wise is the same thing that you're getting out of Josh Hart. It's a bonus. It's a bonus. So it's like you're running the wrong offense. Our offense is Jalen Brunson dribbling the ball around, hunting shots, or Karl Anthony Towns getting the ball and jab stepping from the three-point line. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Agreed.
It's ridiculous.
Agreed.
And it's like our advantage in this series is to feed that ball into Cat and let him make decisions. Let him make business decisions.
He ain't built that way, Bishop. I would love to see that. I would love to see it. Trust me. I told R and the guys last night. You used to see the bumper stickers. What would Jesus do? What would Patrick Ewing do if he had a Tobias Harris guarding him? He would be taking him down low and abusing him. But again, Karl Anthony Towns told y'all years ago he wanted to be known as the greatest big man shooter in NBA history. And then he goes out and wins the three-point contest. And I always say this, guys, and forgive me for saying it, I'm a Knicks fan. His basketball IQ is not that of a guy with that much stature. Because why would you not be taking Tobias Harris down low? You're bigger than him. You're muscled. You're bigger in every aspect of the game. But you're sitting out there shooting three-pointers. And again, tonight he only shot one. But he only got seven shots. Why does he have 7 shots?
Because the offense is not predicated to.
No, because he's probably standing. I ain't watching the game, guys. Y'all are.
I'm watching it. I've been watching it the whole series.
He's probably standing out on the perimeter. Again, to your point, Bishop, which I agree with, the Jalen Brunson imitation of James Harden and Luka Doncic is sort of taking the air out the game and the ball. And I said this all season, guys. He's the first person I ever saw that gets 7 or 8 assists a game, and I didn't see one of them. And I watch every game. I'm just saying, I don't get it, man.
I say that I get killed on Knicks Twitter when I say that. So I say I'm appreciative of Brunson. I am.
Yeah.
Right. I really am. But in the same breath, it's also I can criticize him. You got so many weapons that the management put in place this year, right? So my thing is, it's not like last year. Last year, yes, we was dependent on you. Yes. This year, you got weapons. Yo, have the defense play honest. Get Mikal Bridges early involved. Get OG early involved. Then you and Cat can take the rest towards the third and fourth quarter. And then what happens when everybody's engaged? Everybody plays extra harder. Not dribble. 7 seconds left. I'm gonna pass the ball now. What?
Now I'm under pressure.
Right.
Now who's getting the ball is under pressure.
Exactly.
Right.
Let me bring in Av. What's going on? I don't know how long you've been holding. I'm sorry about that. I'm just seeing you now. Welcome to Untitled, brother. How you doing, man?
Damn, Av.
Good, man. It was feeling good in the beginning of that game, and then
right.
Right.
What happened?
We was up 20 points to 8. We was up 28 at one point.
Yeah.
All right, they're still up by 8, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, but still,
they got
still,
this.
man.
They got this.
Stop. Yeah, they got it. But I
matter
wish
of fact,
knock it off.
We play about food. We play about food too
will
much.
attest to this because Steve brought it up last night. You know, if you're a Knicks fan, not just Steve bringing it up, The Knicks have a curse in Game 5 closeout at Madison Square Garden. Y'all do know that, right?
We do.
It's like the curse of the Garden for the Knicks. They can't close out a Game 5 at home, guys. It's proven. They haven't done it since '99, I think.
So can I ask a question?
Yes, sir.
A question? How many people on this call that are Knicks fans are excited about the fact, or even satisfied with the fact, that a 51-win team is playing against a team that last season won 14 games, won 44 games. So they're just coming into understanding what it means to win. And we're in a dogfight every single game. Every team that is clearly beneath us. Yes. What does that say? What does that say? What does that say about coaching? What does that say about game plan? What does that say? What does that say? And
here we go.
Everybody can say, yeah, well, we got 50 wins and this and that. Do you think Tibbs is the only coach that could get us 50 wins? Yo, the dude that just got to Detroit, they have 14 wins last season. They have 30 more wins this season for a coach who's really not that good, but he just got the team to buy in a little bit to what he's selling. A little bit to what he's selling, and it's a 30-game improvement. So I'm not buying that Tibbs is the only coach that will be able to get the next 50 wins. No, I'm not buying that.
But remember, before Tibbs, before you go, Tibbs, the Knicks were the Pistons.
I got it. And we thank you for your service.
They were for your service. Yes, I love this part, and I'm not going to argue with Bishop tonight because I know y'all want to watch. I love this part that when they win, it's boombayah the player.
Nope.
But when they lose, come on, guys, we're all watching the same game. They have did some really immature, boneheaded, low basketball IQ bullshit to have this little toy team still in the damn series. That's a player's fault. They didn't do shit right. You had your two best players, and I said this all year. First of all, your two best players can't be on the court to play defense. They can't, because they're the two worst defensive players in the NBA. So you got them on the bench in crunch time. And then you got your two best players scoring 15 to 16 points in a closeout game at home. But that's the coach's fault. You missed 11 foul shots against a second-rate team, but that's the coach's fault. If you hit half those foul shots, that game is over the other day.
Did you hear what I said earlier about the offense? Did you hear what I said earlier about the offense that we running? Did you hear that?
This ain't the NFL, man.
Did you hear that?
Wait. Let me go to live Avenue for a second.
He's busting he's holding his head.
He's holding his head, man. Let him get his thoughts off.
You know why I'm holding my head is because I respect Bishop and his point. A lot of it, I want to be like, you know what? You have a point, bro. You have a point to some degree. But I think in this case, you put way too much emphasis and too much stock into the power of what Tom Thibodeau can do or any head coach can do in any sport. Because you expect Tom Thibodeau to make Jalen Brunson hit a fucking foul shot. You expect him to get the referees to call fouls when they're supposed to. Or
deflecting. Deflecting.
No, it's a fact, Bishop.
Exactly what I'm saying.
You're deflecting. He doesn't control that. That's not what I'm saying. He doesn't control that. Don't deflect. What I'm talking about is the thing.
What exactly are you trying to say?
That he does control.
Because make me understand.
I'm talking about the things that he. Okay. I'll break it down a little bit smaller. I'm talking about the things that he can control. I'm talking about the offense that we run. I'm talking about the defensive strategy that we put on. Why the hell do we have? Why are we playing Cade Cunningham one-on-one for the whole series when he's proven that he is a supreme one-on-one player, offensive player? Why are we not double teaming him? Why don't we have someone in the game that is tall enough to come over and bother his shot?
Like
that's
who?
Tall enough to come, like Precious, who actually guards. He doesn't score.
Because Precious can't keep up with him. Precious can't keep up with.
It's a half court set. It's a half court.
Chris has 2 left feet. What the fuck are you talking? What are we talking
It's
about?
a half.
Chris has 2 left feet.
It's a half court offense. So
He
Mitch
can't
can do
stay
it.
with him, Bishop.
Mitch
Nah.
can do it.
You can't stay with him.
It's a half court offense. They're not running up and down every play. It's a half court game right now. So in the half court, they're running pick and roll, and there's nobody to come over to help out because Cat isn't coming over to help out. So Cade Cunningham is just having shooting practice. You watching these games? He's just having shooting practice. He's just having shooting practice. You got Tobias Harris coming off a pick and roll. Everybody's screening, and it's just a free for all. And I'm like, okay, so what defensive adjustments can we make to stop this from happening?
Couldn't it be?
Is that not the coach's responsibility?
Couldn't it just be a simple explanation? Is that we don't have the personnel to keep
Wait.
So you want to crucify Tom Thibodeau, but you don't want to observe the fact that we don't have a 6'8" guy that come off the bench that can actually keep up with these guys on, up and down the floor. And also, unfortunately, this isn't like football where we play offense, defense. If the guy's playing offense, guess what? He's going to be playing defense on the other side. So you're trading one thing for the other. It's not like he can send Josh Hart out there to run the offense and then all of a sudden pull him out, put pressure to Chua to guard Cunningham on the defensive end. It doesn't work that way. It's not like hockey.
I didn't say him guarding Cunningham straight up. I said on the help. There's nobody to help. So
you
they
shouldn't have to do that with him. First of all,
what do you mean you shouldn't have to do that?
With all the fancy stats they're showing with this Cade Cunningham, and most of them are warranted. The one fact that they're not showing is he's got 30 damn turnovers in 5.5 games.
and we at game what? What game?
And you know what? Here's another thing, Bishop. 112. What, 90? Hold on. 112, 100, 116, 94, 106. That's what we're holding them to on defense. In today's NBA, that is almost astonishing because only 2 or 3 teams hold their opponents under 110 points. Knicks happen to be one of them.
What game in the series is this?
This one right here.
Yeah.
Game 6. Game 6.
So what does that mean? What does those stats mean? They holding them.
It means we're playing defense.
They holding them to 1, but we're at game 6. So obviously it's not enough. It's not enough.
Again, in a league where you say, I love this part, and I'm gonna stop. It's a players' league until the players don't win.
Tom, save your breath because Bishop will not be happy unless we have swept them and kept them under 80 points on all 4 games. He won't be happy until that happens.
No. Again, we're deflecting.
No, we're not. We're giving you stats, facts.
No. What I'm saying to you is we shouldn't be in a dogfight with this team.
No, we shouldn't. I agree with that.
We shouldn't be in a dogfight.
We're a better team.
And I gave you the basis for why I'm saying that, and nobody has disputed what I said. The only thing that you guys have done is come back to me and give me like the sound bite, the this, the that.
No, blah, blah, I'm giving you. We're giving you straight numbers, Bishop.
Nobody has said, hey, you know what? What you're saying doesn't make sense. Nobody said, hey, well, the defense.
It is what you're saying doesn't make sense because guess what, Bishop? Even if we gentlemen, this game, even if we didn't sweep them, we should have won game 5 and beat them 4-1. But your 2 best players had 17 and 17 points in a closeout game at home, and your team scored 103 points. But you held your opponent to 106, which is way under the league minimum. Okay, so here we go with the oxymoron. Yes, we are a much better team than them. I will give them 1 win. That's it. We should have blew them out in game 5. But no, we had our 2 best players, and then we missed. As a matter of fact, one of our best players, Jalen Captain Crunch, 7 from 10 from the foul line. 7 for 10 from the foul line. 4 for 16 from the field. 7 assists.
Again,
4 turnovers in a closeout game. This is your man.
when you're giving me those stats, what I'm saying is we shouldn't even been in that position.
No, you're just gonna say Thibodeau. You're right. We shouldn't have been there. We're a better team than them.
Exactly. So
we are a much better team than them.
So why are
we
in that position?
Playing harder than us.
Why are we in that position?
Two things could be right at the same time. They're playing harder than us.
Where's the blame on? Where's the blame on Brunson? Where's the blame on Cat? Where's the blame on OG? Where's the blame on Mikal Bridges? Where's the blame on Deuce McBride? I mean,
forget about him.
I got it. I got it.
What do you got, Bishop?
If you're gonna fight Thibodeau, okay, I'll nail him to the cross just with you, but let's set up the other crucifixes with them because they all need to go too.
Right.
Because like Dom said, 17 points in a closeout game at home, not good. Not from your starting point guard, who's your captain and your leading scorer, your second leading scorer and top rebounder, and I'm sorry, but Deuce McBride, where has he been all series?
On the bench.
That's a fact.
Where's
on the bench?
On the bench. So you mentioned Richard Hughes. He's not.
He's stay on the bench.
He stay on the bench. So what you've done is the bench players that you would have to come in and spell those guys and at least play defense, at least make it hard for the opposing team. At least make it hard for the opposing team for 5 to 7 minutes. What you've done is you've jacked up their confidence because the guard, the left-hand guard, he would come in and spell and maybe score like 5 to 10 points.
You talking about Cameron Payne?
Yeah, just off floaters and hustle points and stuff like that. Just random baskets. But you've jerked him around and jerked his playing time around so much that now he's coming in and he doesn't know when he's coming out. As soon as he makes a mistake, you're yanking him out. Deuce McBride, supposedly that's your guy. That's your guy. You don't think that we could use him out there playing defense? Hey, don't worry about it. Come out here, play some defense, be a disruptor. Be a disruptor. Get on get on Hardaway. Get on the other kid that's shooting. Get on those two guys. Make it difficult for them. But you don't have any of those. You don't have Deuce out there chasing these guys down because you just want to play 5 guys.
But he's still averaging 20 minutes a game, Bishop. And he's been invisible. Serious. I like Deuce McBride.
Right.
Just playing 20 minutes a game. I'll tell you what. You know what was the most shocking thing I heard from the last game? Not heard, saw. Who do you think led us in scoring off the bench last game? Don't look. Mitchell Robinson.
Right.
Tell me when's the last time that ever happened.
That's an oxymoron.
That is crazy because our guy who I love Deuce McBride. Remember what I said a long time ago? We all went to bed one night. R.J. Barrett was gone. Grimes was gone. Quickly was gone. But we kept Deuce McBride.
Right.
We had faith in this young man. He's a hell of a defensive player. And for all intents and purposes, guys, he's a good shooter.
Right.
He just ain't showing up this whole year, not just the playoffs. He's had a very bad year in general. He's not the Deuce McBride he was. Now, was it the injury earlier in the season that coming back to haunt him? I don't know. He's just not the Deuce McBride he was last year. We can admit that. We could all admit that.
Okay.
But he still goes out there and gives you his best in his 20 minutes. Because he can't score, he still plays good defense. Yes. But here's the thing, Bishop, without trying to put the Pistons on some pedestal, it's weird because of the matchup. Like our point guard can't guard their point guard, and our point guard can't even guard their backup point guard in Schroeder. So you're already 2 steps behind with supposedly your best player on the team.
Right.
Now, we could say it's his height. We could say what we want. He's not that much shorter than Dennis Schroeder. But he can't guard nobody, man. I always say this, guys. Maybe it's my Army mentality. Certain things in life, in work, in the Army are individual tasks. You guarding your man is one of them. You cutting without the ball is one of them. You being in the right place at the right time is one of them. They're not doing that, guys. It's like their basketball IQ is of a fucking junior high school team. But it's easy to blame the coach. I get it. I told y'all before, if the Knicks don't win the conference next year, he got to go because I'm going to give him that 82-game alibi of having this team together for 82 games. Nobody going further in the playoffs has done that. These teams have been together 3, 4, 6 years. It took Tatum and Brown 7 years together to win a ring. But we're supposed to do it in 82 games. I don't get it.
That's unheard of, really.
Yeah, I don't get it,
Okay,
man. I mean,
point taken, and you've convinced me of that, Dom. Okay.
If you don't do it next year, I'll be the first to admit it. The gloves got to come off. We'll do the proverbial sports thing. Oh, we need a new voice in the locker room, and okay, fine.
What about Tibbs in his entire career has shown you that he has the ability to do that? Please,
he's with any other team. He's with any other coach. We only got a handful of coaches that got rings.
Hold on.
What in his career has shown you that he has the ability to get the team to the next level? What?
He did already.
Hold on, guys. Let me get Av.
Before Steve Kerr took over Golden State, what credential did he have other than broadcasting and winning titles as a player that he had to, before he took that and built a dynasty? What credentials did Mike Budenholzer have before he won his title in Milwaukee, or Mike Malone in Denver? None of these guys. Hell, even JB Bickerstaff, the only pedigree he has is that his dad coached too. But the point is that no one has the credentials until they earn them. He hasn't earned them. I give you that. 1,000%. Tom Thibodeau has not won a fucking thing other than Coach of the Year and a bunch of freaking regular season games. But at this point in juncture, the players love him, the city loves him, the organization loves him. But I agree with you. If they shit the bed, hell, if they lose this series, I'll be the first one to tell you.
Me too.
Fucker.
I will fast forward.
If they don't make an improvement next year, depending on what Leon Rose does, because that's also a big incumbent. He gave up draft picks, and now we're not. We're going into the June draft.
Right.
And what we doing?
We have a lot of excuses. We have a lot of excuses.
You can't say where can he take him? He took a 17-win team to the playoffs 4 out of 5 years.
Right. And I've been giving him credit for that. And I said that, and I'm like, okay, well, you've done the best that you can do. You've done the best that you can do.
Right.
It's time to move on.
And who are you going to replace him with, Bishop?
And you keep asking that. And you keep asking that. And any coach, coach that can come in and get these guys to play smarter, to get these guys to buy into, to get these guys to buy. And you can say, well, who is the name? Who is the name? Again,
I want to meet him.
Again, you have guys in the league. I'll give you the biggest Steph. He came in, he got those guys to buy into it. They started off with 14 wins last season, and now look, they're pushing the Knicks to.
And we started off with 17 wins before Thibodeau, so that's a wash. That's a wash.
But here's my thing. I kind of agree with both of you. I do agree with the premise where the players got to play smarter, because I just had a shout out to my group, the Knicks World. I said the same thing on the pod. You have OG Anunoby. Well, the reason why I feel like he's one of the important pieces in this series in the playoffs, because he cleans up a lot of stuff that's not seen, right? So he plays defense and he plays offense. People say, well, why he not scoring 20 points a game? I said, I'm sorry. If you're going to give LeBron that same grace, you're going to give him the same grace, because he's playing defense on everybody else, man, outside taking the best player all the time. He's playing defense on K, right? Now, he also got paid attention to what Mikal Bridges is doing, because if he's not doing his job, he having an off night. He got help offset and play double team on his teammate. In the same night, like Brunson and everybody else, I watch OG play help defense with everybody else and still go back to his man and still try to get between 10 and 15 points and 19 points. But on the other hand, I do understand, whereas, yes, you got to give Tom Thibodeau props, whereas he writes the ship. He's one of the people that will come to your organization, as long as you got the pieces, he will write your shit. But it got to be some point where he got to be held accountable. And the reason why I say that, if we so good on defense, why in the hell we are on the bottom when it comes to protecting the three-point line? We are terrible. Somebody, like my JV team could come in and shoot 53 pointers against the Knicks. I never understood that his adjustments, and it's been from everybody, basketball savants. Everybody said the problem is he don't make adjustments in real time. Sometimes you gotta dig deep in your bench and play certain guys that make sense. You mean tell me DeLon White, you're gonna play stinking Deuceman Bryce. He's been shitty. So you mean tell me you throw him in there? You see he's not giving you life. Go get me some of that 6'4", 6'5", DeLon Wright, and play. Give me 1 or 2 minutes to help play some defense. Like, damn, I'm just a fan. I can see that. Okay, because they killing sometimes. If they gonna put a big ass swing on Jalen Brunson, let's do the same thing back. It's, I forgot who said it. Please forgive me. Precious, you mean Precious can give you 1 or 2 minutes? You mean you can't tell me that Mitchell Robinson at certain points, especially last game, couldn't give you another 2 or 3 minutes? And don't get me started when somebody's hot. For whatever reason, known the man, he sit their asses on the bench. Or nobody goes back into him.
He's not perfect.
When Brunson was hurt,
I'm gonna let my play on this. And I do again put the onus back on the players, whereas Brunson a lot of times, and people they get mad at me. I say this all the time. I'm sick of the goddamn hero ball. If the offense is playing finally well within the offense, I don't want to see you jack up shots. We understand you, the captain. We understand that you, Jalen Iverson, but play within the offense. You don't always have to play hero ball.
Yeah.
So
I will say this, just like right now, you went to me, and I said this in the beginning of the year, guys. I thought that the OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges was going to be, the kryptonite to Brown and Tatum, because they were good 3-and-D players. They could defend the perimeter, and for the most part, they have. Let's not get it twisted. You can say what you want. You don't win 51 games having a shitty team. I don't care who's coaching them. 51 wins ain't 38 wins, ain't 41 wins. That's a good damn season. 51 wins. So in other words, they did sort of kind of what they were supposed to do. But as a whole, as a totality of this team, I said this before, guys, I didn't think they were winning no ring. I didn't think they were going to no conference finals. But one reason I didn't think was because of the time together. So if you're ready to cash in your chips now, God bless you. We've done that. We've done that for 10. No, I'm just saying, Bishop, we have fans that have done that for the last 10 to 12 years because we didn't strike gold. Oh, man, fire this one, fire that. We had 6 coaches in 7 years. How did that work out? We had Fizdale over there in the B-boy stance, high-fiving the other players coming off the fucking court.
Right.
Really?
Right.
I mean, that's what we want to go back
I agree.
to.
No, don't want to go into that.
When Brunson was hurt, you remember when Brunson got hurt and how the offense was like moving, and guys were cut to the belt, and guys were. So when I say we run in the wrong offense, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. So I gotta understand who's calling the plays and who's controlling the offensive flow. Who's managing that?
I don't think plays are called in the NBA.
I'm just saying, who's managing that? Who's managing that?
Right. That part I'd give you. Somebody should be able to pull his coat.
When Brunson was out and the ball was, Bridges had like 25. OG was scoring 25. Cat was scoring. The guys were coming off the bench. They were coming in. They were contributing their 5 to 10 points. Everybody was contributing, and it wasn't a stagnant offense.
Right. I will give you that.
What I'm saying now is we are jamming up the offense. We're running the wrong offense for the team that we're playing. And I'm like, okay, so at what point do you make the adjustment and say, we can't run that type of offense? We need to do this because that's how we're going to beat this team. Because we're clearly the better team, head on shoulders. We need to do this. That's how we're going to beat this. So in the playoffs, you got to do what your team needs you to do to win, as opposed to what you do well. So you might be a 30-point-a-night scorer during the regular season, but in the playoffs, we only need you to score 15 points because we need you to use some of that energy on defense, or we need you to be more of a playmaker, or we need the opposing team's defense to be in rotation consistently and confused and not being able to close out, so forth and so on. That's how we need to beat this team because they're younger, they're more energetic. That's how we need to beat them. Not everybody honing in on you and you left hand, footwork, and then take a tough shot. And it's like, that's what I'm saying. So who's responsible for that?
That would be Jalen Brunson.
That would be in all actuality. How many times do you hear the point guard is the coach on the court?
It's something that everything you just said plays to the style that Jalen Brunson plays. Now, if we had a different point guard, like you said, when we had Dylan Wright, Delon Wright, he's not Jalen Brunson. He doesn't have Jalen Brunson's skill. He doesn't have his range. He does contribute in other things, and that's what he did. He helped the other team contribute. Jalen Brunson is not that type of player. That's not the player who we signed to a $122 million contract and named him the fucking captain of the New York Knicks. Jalen Brunson plays this style as a good coach, and this is the one time I'm going to defend Tom Thibodeau on this one. As a good coach, you play your players according to the strengths and weaknesses that they have presented to them currently. You cannot ask Jalen Brunson to play like Jason Tatum. You can't ask Jason Tatum to play like LeBron James. You can't ask these people to change who they are. You have to play.
He's capable of being facilitated. He's capable. We've seen him do it. So we have a mismatch with Cat. That's where the mismatch is.
Yeah.
So why can't Brunson be the facilitator to get Cat the ball and then Cat pushes it back out when they double team?
Because Cat ain't that smart. I said this all year. He got the basketball IQ of a fucking Egg McMuffin. He ain't that smart. It's not that hard to see. He's not that smart of a ball player, guys. Come on. For you guys that never saw him play,
Egg McMuffin.
he's the same Karl Anthony Towns he was in Minnesota. You thought because the Knicks got him, he was going to turn into Bill Russell, Akeem Olajuwon? He's Karl Anthony Towns, fellas. I've been saying this shit all year. The Minnesota Timberwolves bankrolled their whole future so that his ass wouldn't have to play defense and his ass wouldn't have to play center and he could stick his big ass out on the perimeter. That's Karl Anthony Towns, guys. Don't expect him to make NASA type of fucking decisions on the court. That's not him.
So
his basketball IQ is just not there, man. It's not hard to see it.
Yeah, you guys,
serious, man. I love him. He's a Knick. I gotta support him. But he ain't the brightest fucking crayon in the box.
I just brought this subject matter up. Like I've been saying this like pretty much all season, that this is not the coach that's going to take us to the next level. Now, if you don't believe me, what is our record against Boston?
That's this year. All right.
What's our record against the Cavaliers?
We're not good. We're not good with
exactly.
Right.
So, and then you say, okay, well, the Knicks won 51 games, so the Knicks were in the top 5 in the league.
Yeah.
In the top 5 in the league, but we couldn't beat any of the teams above us. We couldn't beat any of those teams.
Neither did Milwaukee with the greatest coach known to man, Doc Rivers. They didn't win the game against the top teams, and they had Doc Rivers. They had Doc Rivers, the greatest coach since Red Auerbach.
Doc Rivers is past his prime too.
No, he's not crazy. Doc is still Doc, man.
Nah, he's past his prime.
He's gonna get fired by Milwaukee and get hired by somebody next year.
Next week.
Yeah, he's the greatest coach known to man. But his team didn't beat no above team, the top 3 teams. They were 0-10 against all the teams above them. But nobody said that because it was Doc Rivers, and we're building something here. They brought Doc Rivers in to coach defense. The fucking guys are giving up 150 points a night. But he's not Tom Thibodeau, you know, his offensive schemes and again, Bishop, you're the guy that's always ragging.
They didn't bring him in. They didn't bring him in.
You're the guy that's always ragging the Greek Freak. So I take what you say about the Greek Freak, and I say that's Karl Anthony Towns.
He's garbage. Garbage.
He ain't garbage. You don't do what he's doing if you're garbage.
He's a two-time MVP. He's two-time MVP that can't shoot a free throw.
Oh man, I was with you, Bishop. Till you said that. He's one of the hardworking best players in the league right now.
Where's he at now?
Oh man.
Where's he at?
So is LeBron. So is Luka. There's a lot of guys that are home right now.
Where's AD?
Dude, this whole idea because he's a 2-time MVP.
I want the Greek to come right to New York. Come on, Greek.
No, he can only play one way.
Trade whoever you want to trade.
I'll tell you what, though, Bishop, for a guy that can only play one way, he gives you all he's got. You know, I got to say that.
Yes,
to me,
he does.
Let me just say this.
You know what it is?
Hey, buddy.
Let me just say this.
None that BS. He's straight for the I can't
so you guys want to bring the Greek Freak to
I didn't
New York?
say that.
Okay.
I would.
But I would trade him.
You know what?
I would trade Karl Anthony Towns for him.
Hey,
Oh,
Greek
yeah,
Freak
go
come
ahead.
to New
Go ahead,
York,
brother.
you guys gonna pop that jersey on. So miss me with that. You know
Go
you
ahead.
will. Because he's
might.
hardworking. He's a champion. He willed that team to the championship. Won that championship. Look at the numbers. Men like women like numbers don't.
So
He covered up with that defensive C's. Okay?
Who did they play?
Y'all go ahead. Y'all go ahead.
Who did they
Y'all
play
go
for the
ahead with that
championship?
noise.
Who did they play for the
I don't want to
championship?
hear it. You play who's in
Phoenix.
front of you.
Look,
Yeah.
You play who's in front of you.
Phoenix, who won the first two games, remember? Y'all do remember that, right? Phoenix won the first two games of that series and didn't win a game after that.
This is the hardest working, and Miami is taking the number one seed out a couple of seasons, but they're the hardest. He's the hardest working guy, right?
Hold on. Let Mr. Ronan have a word.
Oh,
Ronan, please.
I'm trying to understand, like, what's the issue with Giannis, yo?
Yeah,
because I don't remember. So he plays one way. I don't remember LeBron dropping in the game 6, a closeout game,
Okay,
scoring
yeah.
50 points. And you asked me who he beat. He beat
brother.
Phoenix. So who did the Lakers beat in that fake title that they won in 2020? Oh, they beat Miami
Tell him, brother.
without Jimmy Butler, without Dragic, without Bam Adebayo. So nah, I ain't trying to hear that.
Well, we
brother.
were having an unbiased conversation, and then we bring a LeBron hater. You were gonna
no,
bring
it's a
it back to
fact, though,
LeBron.
Bishop. It's a fact.
It doesn't
Dom.
matter. It doesn't
Yo, I
matter.
love Bishop. He's mad funny.
He was always
Dom.
going to bring it back to LeBron. We could have been talking about
Dom.
socks, sweat socks, and he was
Dom.
always going to bring it back to LeBron.
Let him talk, Bishop.
Oh my
Dom.
God!
Come on, let him.
Send him that video that I sent you earlier.
Oh no!
I
thought
he
you
ran
put it
into
on our
Dante.
thing.
Yeah.
You put it
I'll
on.
put it on
You
later.
only
Yeah.
sent it to me.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
My
I'll put
bad.
it
I
on
thought
later.
you
Yeah.
sent it
When
to
he
all
ran
of
into
us.
Dante Vizantino last night, it looked like he took a straight from the Punisher, yo. Come on, man.
We all
I don't
know
see
Ronan
Giannis
don't like.
doing that. I don't even see Cat doing that. This
You know
dude
what?
running into a guy that's like 210 pounds. He went down like he got shot by Deadpool. Come on, man.
I gotta admit though, you got Ronan and then you got Bishop. You know,
Right.
Bishop's so anti-Greek freak. We all know how Ronan feels about LeBron. But when you actually stop and listen to Ronan, see, I thought he sent that video to all of us.
Nah.
I'm gonna send it to y'all. I'll tell you what, when I saw it, at first I couldn't say nothing because I was getting ready to go in the movies because I did go see what do you call it today?
How was it?
The Marvel.
Thunderbolts.
Yeah. I was going in the movie theater when I saw what Ronan sent me. I said, fuck, I don't want to play with my phone. But when I saw it, I started putting all these laughing emojis. Yo, this shit, he's right, man. Little Dante DiVincenzo banged into him. I thought he got hit by a sniper in the upper deck. Boom. And then he laid there. He laid there like, I'm gonna send it to y'all guys.
Please, do.
I
gotta
was
see
crying.
this. I gotta see.
You know how LeBron is. Come on, man.
Mm-hmm.
You can't breathe on LeBron without him with his
flopping or
theatrics.
something like
But
that.
I will say this, guys. I heard some of the funniest shit this morning because you still got the defenders of evil. When as soon as the Lakers lost, it was, the Lakers need a big man. You had one. You had Anthony Davis. You traded him for the white version of James Harden. But the point,
damn, that was on point.
The point I'm trying to get at is, so after every team loses, we're going to say what they really needed after they lost. But if they would have kept winning, we wouldn't have heard none of that, would we, guys? We wouldn't have heard, you know what? And I said this before, guys, sooner or later, it's going to come out why Dallas actually traded this dude, man. I'm not saying he is not talented. Do not get me wrong. I do know, all jokes aside, equate him to the white version of James Harden. Dribble, 22 seconds. If you ain't got a shot, now you're passing it to somebody. They're under duress. And then you want to blame the guy that didn't make the shot. Come on, guys. Stop. We're going to find out. We're going to find out sooner or later exactly why they got rid of him.
One final thing, though. We mentioned about Giannis and whatnot. So let's say they do pull a trade off and bring him to New York.
Who'd you give up? Who'd you give up?
Well,
call Anthony Towns.
Dom says call Anthony Towns.
Get rid of Towns in a New York minute.
Maybe they get rid of OG.
OG, Josh Hart,
No, hell no.
And a couple of picks.
No, I'm giving up Towns. Not to cut you off, but remember what I said when we got Towns? In a couple of years, this overweight lover in the house with the basketball IQ of an Egg McMuffin is going to be making $61 million a year. Get off that shit. If you can get off of that, Freak ain't making $61 million a year.
Not yet.
I'm just saying. Now you bring somebody else in, or it doesn't have to be Giannis. It could be somebody else.
Right.
But now here's a roster change. We're giving Tibbs an extra year.
No, it wouldn't be a roster change, It would be, again, like you brought in OG Anunoby, right? You got rid of me and Bishop's favorite player and RJ Barrett, but you got something for nothing. In other words, right. I mean, we can't count quickly because the Knicks kind of sort of did him a solid because they weren't going to re-sign him, so let him go get his money. Right. But you took OG for Barrett. I think that's a win. So when you trade and not sign, yes, you know this guy is possibly going to fit in. I mean, come on, we reinvented the whole wheel this year. We got Hart starting, who was coming off the bench. We got Anunoby and Bridges, who weren't really on the team last year. Karl Anthony Towns wasn't on the team last year. So you got basically 4 of your 5 starters that weren't on our team last year. So, again, that's a little different than you going out and trading for a R. Jones or a Rels. We reinvented the whole wheel, guys. And I'll be the first one to admit, I was kind of upset because I thought OG and Bridges was our kryptonite to Tatum and Brown. I was wrong. I ain't afraid to admit that. I said it after game 1.
I hear you. Mm-hmm.
I love the Knicks, guys, but I'm not stupid. I'm a common sense kind of guy. They proved me wrong game 1, guys. You remember the Knicks lost by 106 points? Game 1, Tatum and Brown ate up Anunoby and Bridges.
Yeah, exactly.
They threw my theory out the window day 1.
Quickly.
Yeah, but it happens, and we'll hope they. I can't see trading them 2 guys, fellas. Honestly, I could see they probably will never trade Cat either. But I
don't think so.
Nah, but I would. I would trade him for Giannis.
Yeah, you guys
just
wanted
me,
to know
though.
what was wrong with Luka. That series showed you what was wrong with Luka.
Right.
Oh yeah. That's on TV.
That series showed you what was wrong with Luka. It's like he can't anybody that he was assigned to guard, they went right at him and he offered absolutely no resistance.
No.
Whatsoever.
And again, not to drag this on, but I told y'all 2 weeks ago that they were going to take a page out of Boston's book. Minnesota was going to do what Boston did. Constantly go at him. Go at him. Because he ain't going to play no defense. And you're going to sort of wear him out. Yeah, he scored 36, 38 points, but they was empty-ass points.
Yeah, the combination of guys he had to guard. Combination of, like Daniels, that dude, Daniels, he was averaging like 25 points a game. And it was like crucial points. Then they had another guy coming off the bench that was like opening them up. And anytime they switched and pick and roll, Ant was eating him up. Randall was eating him up. It was just like, wow.
Yeah.
Like,
and matter of fact, guys, if you watch that series, I know some people still hate Julius Randle. I kind of still like the guy. Randall was giving it to LeBron. LeBron was checking Randall 80% of the time they were on the court together. And Randall was just taking it to him. Because let's be honest, man, LeBron hasn't played defense in about 4 years.
It's a
maybe
40-year-old
5.
LeBron.
Yeah. I know it's his age. I know it's his age, but he hasn't played defense in a long time, guys. And Julius Randle just took advantage. He almost averaged 20-something points a night on this guy, man.
Yep.
I mean, they was the better team. I had Minnesota in 5, and you know what? Now all of a sudden, the Lakers need a big man. You fucking traded Anthony Davis, man.
You guys had Mark Williams in your bag, but JJ Redick don't want to play no big man anyway. But to your point, Dom, and they said on TV today that Nico Harrison don't look so bad now. They said it was something that he saw behind closed doors, because I never jumped in the whole thing where everybody's killing this guy. I said, yeah, I think he fumbled the bag a couple of times with players, but he also went to the finals last year, right?
Right.
My thing is, you seen stuff behind closed doors. You seen how you gonna get this guy $345 million or whatever, but he's out of shape. He wants to do it his way. His team is involved. Like, nah.
I'm gonna repeat what I told. I'm gonna repeat what I told Knickerbocker Ave and our fellas. Nico didn't wake up one morning and say, "I'm trading Luka Doncic," without going through the owner.
Right.
He didn't run none of this by the owner, did he? He just woke up one day and said, "You know what? I'm gonna trade Bishop. I ain't gonna talk to nobody else."
Exactly.
I think he became the fall guy because he got a weak ass owner that wants to turn his team into a fucking casino. He wants the whole arena to be a casino and all this bullshit. He ain't really in it for the basketball.
No,
he's in it for the money. Straight up money. He already said what he wants to do. He wants it to be an arena / casino. People can go to the game, they can gamble and all this bullshit. So Nico Harris woke up on his own one day and said, "You know what, hey, you know what, Mr. Jones, I don't want Luka no more. We're not going to tell the owner."
He ain't do that shit. Exactly.
Yeah, stop it.
And what people don't realize is like he was scheduled to be making $60 to $65 million a year.
Yeah, that's what Rels just said.
If he stayed in Dallas. So why would you pay somebody like that? He would have made more than Steph Curry in his prime.
Yeah.
More than LeBron James in his prime.
More than LeBron,
yeah. And it's like you willing to pay somebody that much for 6 years?
He doesn't even play the right way.
Exactly. He's one-dimensional. And he's a one-dimensional player.
Exactly.
67 million?
Nah, not worth it. Well, let me get ready to shut
you got to go to bed, man. I'm sorry.
You
We kept you awake. Bishop, we kept you up too long, man.
He's like, well, he's gotta take his Metamucil.
Hey, before we go, a long time ago, I used to talk to Rels. I was like, man, I got issues. I can't sleep that good. This motherfucker said, "Yo, man, get some of that what is it called, bit?
The blue pills?
Melatonin." Yeah, you said the blue pill. I was like, then you said, "Well, try that melatonin shit."
I said, "Get that melatonin."
I started popping like 3 of these shit.
I ain't mess with y'all.
No lie. Hand to God, I give my girls, my 2 little ones, a melatonin every.
Hey, we do it too, brother.
Oh, y'all are criminals. Y'all are criminals.
No. Yo, Knickerbocker. We go to Walmart and we go to the chewables. It's like gummies. Yeah.
Oh my God, y'all are criminals, man.
Word.
Child abuse.
Dope dealers.
Yeah, they're dope dealers, Bishop.
Yeah, it's like, yo, why don't you just give them a cap full of NyQuil? Give them a cap full of NyQuil and Sprite.
Or some Benadryl. that dozy Benadryl. I'm reporting.
She goes to the kids' room, right? Being kids.
I'm reporting y'all are children of youth. Shit.
Let me get ready to break out. Listen, thank you guys for attending.
Kids, syrup.
Hold on.
Whatever.
Hold on. Like I said, thank you guys for showing up on Untitled. I want to thank my brothers, Marshall, Rels. Welcome to the club. Hope you'll be back next week.
Definitely.
Always a pleasure. The Bishop, Dom, and of course my man Ronan. Thanks for being with me. Appreciate you guys. Unhinged? What's that again?
What are we doing unhinged? Because we're due for one.
The whole night was unhinged.
No. That R wanted to talk about. He wanted to talk about something other than sports. We were
yeah.
We talk about
got into it.
I wanted okay, let's get into this.
Don't worry, we'll get into it next time. I promise.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Guys, thank you. All right. Have a blessed evening. Appreciate you guys. Salute.